Hello, it's Crypto CJ. It's a trade of the day, Monday night Zoom edition, Tuesday morning, depending on where you are in the world. And the market has been still consolidating, bouncing between about 58K and 64. I think I said the same thing on Thursday. But anyway, we haven't had the big push move up yet. I want to see the Bitcoin go blasting through 70K and 75 and do all-time highs. We haven't seen that yet. Maybe we have to wait till after the US election. I don't know. I was busy this morning, so I didn't do my usual news review. Apologize for that. But uh, from what the markets are doing, it looks sideways to me. Not much is going on. But if you guys have something to share, you can do that a little later. For now, I'll go ahead and share my screen and we'll look at Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay, should be seeing my Bitcoin day chart.
Yes.
We did break above 60K and hold that over the weekend and yesterday. It's Tuesday morning for me. But we're dipping today. I was hoping 64 would hold and launch us up into the stratosphere, but no such luck. We're dipping. Guys are shorting, taking profits, all that kind of thing on Bitcoin. So we're dipping today a little bit below 63K. On Ethereum, 2500 is holding as support. Hoping to break into the 3000s. No such luck. The range is really tight here between about 2750 and 2550 again. I think we talked about that on Thursday, and dipping the last couple days. Overall market's pretty dull, kind of in a summer funk. Starting to think those sell in May and go away people might be onto something. Come back after Labor Day in early September. Um, but on the plus side, my day trading's going pretty well. When the market goes like this, that's good for day trading. Pick up those 1.5% trades. Good stuff. Okay, any questions or comments about the markets overall? I know that was pretty quick, but did not have much to go with. Let's see. Not really seeing anything in trading view either. So let's trade this market. Let's see if we can find some day trades and swing trades off Altcoin Alert and iCoinPro. So I'm going to head over to Altcoin Alert, and easy mode is off. I'm on the altcoin radar, and I'm going to reload, get the latest information. The first sort I like to do is the AA score, and I'm looking for values 80 and higher, and it seems like we're seeing most of the same coins again. I feel like I'm duplicating prior shows, but yeah, these are some that we've seen before in the top ranks. I like to go with those that I'm familiar with, have better volume. Pepe, Jasmy, I trade a lot. I was looking at Ondo earlier, BTT, Polymath, Didix, Woo. Civic is making an appearance, though it's not quite up to 80. It's 78.6. It's an older project. I've been trading mostly Woo, Didix, and Jasmy. A little BTT and synthetics thrown in there on my day trading. But for the sake of variety, I want to look at some different things. So let's look at the Ondo chart I've got. So I'm on the 15-minute. This is my RTI setup, what I use for day trading. Got the supply and demand visible range from LuxAlgo. It's a free indicator. I use that for support and resistance. The red zone is where I want to short from. Green zone is where I want to buy from. Buy, go long, and that's what you'll be doing if you're a swing or a spot trader. As an experienced day trader, I trade on leverage and I trade both directions. So when something on the RTI dips below this 20 and comes back up, that can often be a good time to get in. But with the market just kind of slogging down like this, a lot of fake outs. Let's look at some of those. Go to my vertical line. We have a break here, but it didn't work out that well. It just went up slightly and came down. So had I taken that trade on Ondo, I'd still be in it. I probably would have, assuming this was a spot trade, I probably would have bought an additional position somewhere at the negative 5% to 10% area, but I would still be in that trade after a couple days. So that's no fun, but that will happen when you use the ladder buy approach. You will be stuck from time to time in trade, sometimes a day or two, sometimes a week or two. So that is one of the risks that you take on when you employ that strategy. And again, we've got another break here, but the same thing, and another one here. So that can be frustrating. The RTI usually works pretty well for entries, but in this scenario, not so much. No indicator is perfect. And here we go. Looks like it's trying to break up again above the 20. It's sitting right on it. So if you think Bitcoin's going to come up and bring the rest of the coins with it, this could be a pretty good entry. Hasn't broken through yet. So here's how you set an alert on the RTI, the relative trend index. Right click, add an alert. Crossing up on the 20. Once per bar close, we'll leave it on until you turn it off. I usually do this in the morning, right about now for me, and then leave it on for about 10 to 12 hours. And the alert name, I use the information source. In this situation, it's an AA score purchase. And on the notifications, I'm going to notify in my app on my phone, a toast notification on my computer screen, and play a sound. I'll probably go with 3 notes reverb and click create. And if that goes off, I'll be good to go. Check my alerts, make sure it's there. It is. So that day trading alert is good to go. If you want to trade both directions, I don't know if Ondo is somewhere where you can short it, but if it is, instead of crossing up, we're going to enter a channel, 80 on the top, 20 on the bottom, and the rest is the same. So you can change. I usually change the notification sound to be a little different than on this one than I do the others. And that's how you do that. I'm not going to set that alert though, but I'll leave the break above the 20 alert on in case that happens during this broadcast, and then you guys can know about it and make a decision about it. Okay, any questions on Ondo as a day trade? Okay, I'm gonna head over. Yeah, go ahead, Frank.
There's big time bullish divergence on the RTI and the price. Those two last big red down moves there. If you connect those, you connect the price up above, straight above.
Yeah, that's what Frank's
Price is going down, but well, the other go to the left.
You want to go farther? Look over here.
That one and the one just to the right of it. It's too long.
That's not. I'm not quite following you on this
go
one.
and draw the one on the price. Well, I would do just no.
Maybe that's
the biggest one, the biggest down move, and no, to the left, farther to the left, the big one.
Sorry, this one.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
And I would connect the first one just to the right of it.
Well, I think this gets the point across. So what Frank's talking about is divergence between the indicator and the price action, where the indicator is trending up on the RTI and the price action is coming down. That's what we call divergence. And it's bullish divergence based on the indicator. So that can have some predictive value. You know, I traded a lot off divergence back in 2022 with varying results, but it's just another tool in your arsenal. You know, we've had a couple of fake outs, as I showed you earlier. So if this one breaks up with divergence information behind it, it could be more likely to make that that move up.
When you do bullish divergence, you use the bottom of the price and the bottom of the indicator.
Okay, like this.
Yeah, and then see, I would just go to that one green candle with the wick there, and then the same on the lower.
Yeah.
And that's telling you that the down move is running out of gas, it's losing momentum. So
Hmm.
now be ready. And then on the cumulative delta, you see those four green candles to the far right there, and you
Hmm.
see that that tells you someone's accumulating there, and you might get a move.
Yeah.
So that's then you can do like a vertical line, a candle out or two, or if it crossed the 25, however you want to do it,
Hmm.
to say, okay, take a look, it's making a
Yeah.
move.
Yeah. I would, we got a nice green candle here too. So we'll see, but a red one's forming now. It's got potential, but yeah, that's it's some additional information you guys can use to determine if you want to get in at this point. See if this downtrend is losing gas, as Frank described. So,
Well,
all
you see
right.
on the cumulative delta, though, just to the left, there's big red ones that went down,
Mm-hmm.
and yet the RTI didn't hit a new low. It didn't hit a lower low. Yeah. So people were
Mm-hmm.
selling off there,
Mm-hmm.
and yet it didn't hit a lower low on the RTI. So the
No.
momentum was running out of gas. That's how I look at it.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. A little more advanced, but that's good. We want to get as much information as possible without being overwhelmed. So this is as many indicators as I want to put on any given layout, and one could argue it's maybe even too much. But all right, good stuff. Thanks, Frank. Well, let's head over to the swing trading layout where I have the same indicator for support and resistance, and I'm using the super trend, which is an alert friendly indicator, to help me get in at a certain spot. And then the Trendio LSMA is a moving average for confirmation. And the last two have been pretty accurate. So this buy signal confirmed by the Trendio coming out of the support was an excellent entry. And you would have gotten to the red zone, 10 to 12%, depending on where you got out. Love that. And then if you're shorting it, again, I'm not sure if that's an option with this one, but get in here and 8% move down so far. So if you want to go all the way down to the green zone on a short, you'd still be in the trade. I probably would have cut it off in this vicinity here around 73 cents. So that still would have been a pretty good move on a short. Um, but again, to set that alert, it's pretty easy. Right click on the super trend. And if you're trading both directions, you can leave it on the direction change, buy for a long, sell for a short. On this one, I'm just going to leave it on only once. AA score and notifications. The same as before, but I'm going to use a different sound to go with handbell. Click create. And then I've got my, spot trade is probably how I would do this on Coinbase. And when that comes around and has the setup something similar to this, then I'd be interested in that. And that is a long trade. Okay, any questions on Ondo? Okay. Let's go to Altcoin Alert and do a different sort. That was an AA score. Let's try social activity. We'll match that up with trading activity. and see what we find. I'm looking for fire and thumbs up, or fire and fire, or thumbs up and thumbs up. And I'm looking for something I know is a decent coin or something I've traded before. New Mare, no. OGN, fire on both. That's an older project. Okay, maybe. Tron has been pumping lately. It hit 17 cents briefly and then dipped. That one's intriguing. I actually put an alert on that one yesterday, though I didn't take any trades on it. Fetch. It's been a while for me on that one. Sushi, KDA. These are some coins I don't trade that often anymore. Let's look at Tron. Did we look at Tron last week? I think we did. Let's look at OGN. I know we haven't looked at that one in a while. And where can we find this one? OGN, USD. It is on Coinbase. And it's also, if you can get on a foreign exchange like Bybit or Binance, then you can short it as well. So I'll look at this as a trade from both directions. But I'll go ahead and use the Coinbase chart. All right, so this looks similar to what we just looked at with Ondo. It's kind of hovering below the 20 on the RTI. We're in the green zone on the support and resistance. So this one is due for a comeback. We had a pretty good move here. This broke right about there. So for me, on my day trading, I'm looking for 1 to 1.5% move on a chart at 10x leverage. So that would have been a profitable trade for me. If you're trading on spot, you're probably looking for a bigger move, maybe up to the green or the red zone here at around 5%. You'd still be in that trade. And I don't know if it's dipped enough for an additional purchase. I'd probably look to make an additional purchase down here, just around the green zone, the bottom of it, around 5 or 6% dip. So keep that in mind. Keep those extra funds for that purpose if you want to trade that way. Otherwise, you might want to if you do want to buy now, set a stop loss. I'd say down around 8.5 cents below the green zone. Okay, so that would be one approach. And then again, that's a pretty simple alert. Right click on the RTI, crossing up on the 20. I think I'm going to set this one up to go both directions. So I'm going to go entering channel, 80 on top, 20 on the bottom. Once per bar close, leave it on all day. This was a social activity sort. And notifications, go with one of my day trading ones, 3 notes reverb, click create. And go to my alerts, see if it's there. Yes, it's there with the Ondo alert I said a little while ago. And we're good to go on OGN. Okay, I'll get rid of that. Let's look at this as a swing trade. And it's currently bouncing off resistance. It's in a sell. So if you wanted to short this, you got about 10% down back to the green zone. Not sure if I'd be that ambitious. I might look to get out around here with this resistance. Yeah. Probably somewhere between here at about 6% and down here at about 10% on a short. On a long, we're not in a long setup at the moment. We've got the red Trendio LSMA, got the sell signal on the super trend. So you can set this alert for a buy if you want to trade it on spot. Super trend buy once, and you know the rest. Now, since I have one of these going both directions on my day trading, I'll probably just keep that in place. Any questions on OGN? Okay, we'll do one more sort on Altcoin Alert, then we'll head to iCoinPro. So take a quick look at the 1 hour. I usually like to use this one when we have bigger moves, probably too consolidating for this one to be useful. Well, I was gonna say this ocean setup looks intriguing, but it's got a market cap of 0. I wonder if that's supposed to merge with a couple other projects. I really haven't kept up with that. Yeah, there's upper and lower, or if they're both, if one's green, one's red, then that's not very useful. When they're both green, that's something that's sort of intriguing. Or like this one here, uppers has about 8% and lower has just a tiny fraction. That can be useful. But I'm not familiar with this one, ALF. But with this setup, I kind of like on this. But I don't see any others that I want to trade. So I'm going to bail on that sort. Let's go to long-term sentiment. I like to use this one for swing trading and longer day trading. I'm going to match this up with the Elder Impulse Daily and see what we see. OGN's back. Numair. Audio. Beam and track. Audio I trade sometimes. Numair we haven't looked at in a while. Maybe we'll look at that one. Yeah. All right. I think that one's on Coinbase as well. All right, we'll look at the Coinbase chart, and then you can short this if you're on a foreign exchange like Binance or Bybit as well. All right, it's just trending down, just slogging down like some of the others we've looked at today. But it's about to break up on the 20. Yeah, a little bit, some more divergence here too. Not quite as pronounced as the other one we looked at. So this one looks intriguing to me. Go ahead and put that alert on there on the RTI. I'm going to put mine on both directions. You might want to put yours on crossing up on the 20. Once per bar close, and this was long term. And I'll leave the rest as is. Okay. Once it breaks above the 20, we'll see if that's a good long position. And before you take any positions, I haven't emphasized this in a while, but you should look at Bitcoin. Right now it's on the day chart. I'm going to move this back to the 15-minute. So when I see it trending up, I'm more inclined to take a long on a different coin, like Numair. I would want to see this breaking the 20, and then on Bitcoin, trending up with a green candle, and preferably some kind of structure that confirms that move.
BJ,
Yes, sir.
when you're looking at Bitcoin to see what it's doing, you might want to look at it on the same chart with the same indicators as the
Yeah, I'm just
coin you
being.
were.
That's true. I was just
Yeah,
being
but
efficient for the purpose of the
I
presentation. But
understand, but just so it's apples to apples.
yeah, that's a good idea. I'm trying to keep my windows as few as possible due to my
Yeah, I
internet
know.
connection. But
Yeah,
but Frank's
yeah,
right.
I
If
know.
you're
Yeah.
looking at Bitcoin for confirmation, you should have the same layout. And that's pretty easy to do. You can right click, got an alert. Right click on this and duplicate it if you're on Chrome, and then it'll bring up the same page, and you just go over to Bitcoin to your list or type it in. But for now, we've got an alert on Ondo. So look at that real quick. It did break up pretty nicely above the 20. But we have a red candle forming at the moment. So do with this information what you want. I'll probably look at this after this the Zoom call, see if I want to take a spot trade on it. I don't have my Coinbase window up at the moment. Okay, so we were about to look at, I think, Numer. Oops, that's not what I want. I want to look at Numer as a swing trade. Sorry, this is gonna have to load again. Dadgummit. Yeah, I know. This sort of illustrates why I don't have more windows up. uh, all right, so I've got the correct layout, and let's bring up that Numer chart we were looking at earlier. All right, so it's trending down as well, out of the red zone, the sell being printed. And if you want to short this at the moment on the 1 hour chart, 20% back to support. That's a great swing trade. Otherwise, on the short side, but otherwise, if you want to buy this one after it comes back, pick the super trend buy, and then look at the rest of your indicators in the market overall before you make that trade. So, got okay. Any questions on Numer? Okay, how about altcoin alert overall? Very well. I will head over to iCoinPro. And this is the home of the 1-2-3 dip, which inspired how I use the RTI on the 15-minute chart. I think my approach is more alert friendly, but it is based, at least conceptually, on something I learned from this group. 1-2-3 dip on the 5-minute chart when the candles dip 3 times below the bottom Bollinger Band. And I can show you that in a little while. That can be a good entry as well. But I've pretty much not automated it, but alertified it, for lack of a better word, using the RTI. Okay, now I'm on the RSI SPY, which is one of the tools I like to use on iCoinPro to help me find coins that have dipped. I'm sorting by the 1 hour RSI. I'm looking for values 30 and below. RSI similar to the RTI. And there's a lot in here because we've been trending down the last several hours. But a lot of stuff I'm not that familiar with. IOST is an older project. What else do we have in here? Troy, that one's old too. Haven't even seen that one in a while. Zen. Comp. Go ahead and look at comp because I can trade that one both directions. This one should be on my list. And there we go. We'll head over to the day trading layout first. And this one's trending down after a nice move up. On the RTI, it is not breaking above the 20 yet, but should soon. Got a little divergence between these indicators, the cumulative delta and the RTI. That's not really how diversion works, but anyway. So right click on your RTI, get that crossing above 20 would be the way to go on comp. Or you could trade both directions using the entering channel approach. I've shown that to you a couple times already, so I won't do it again. But this one looks like it's about to head over. On the swing trading layout, looks pretty similar to the others that we've looked at. Right click on your super trend, wait for that to come back. Let's see where that That turns around. You've got about a 10% move to the red zone, which is pretty good. If you want to short it from here, you want to go to the green zone, about the same, 8 to 10% on the downside. Kind of in the middle area now. Not sure where it's going to go on this 1 hour chart. So, yeah, any questions on comp? That one was pretty easy. Okay, we'll look at one more on iCoinPro. The other tool they have that I like is a Buddy coin crawler. That tells me what's moving today. Looking for values of 4% and higher. And I'm sorting by the average low to SMA. The low is a 24-hour low. The SMA is the red line between the Bollinger Bands. And just going to head over to comp to show you Bollinger Bands on my RTI layout. That's these green lines here. I don't talk about them as much as I used to. And then in the 5-minute chart, 3 dips below, staying below the SMA line can be a good entry, though when it slogs down like this, it's not a good example. So I won't dwell on that anymore. But let's go back to the Buddy coin crawler. And we've got some no names pumping. Ton coin, TON, has really good volume. That one, I think that one's on Coinbase. We'll look at that one as a.
Hang on, that Ton, isn't that Telegram?
Yeah, that's that Telegram coin.
And isn't the director owner of Telegram under arrest in France?
That's true.
That might
Yeah, it might affect things.
may want to consider that if you're going into a ton trade.
So that's a good point. There's a negative news item about Ton, but it's not anything that really affects its technology. So,
But the news doesn't always necessarily directly affect it, but just the news can affect it.
yeah, and bad news can also be a good entry, but bad news can also kill a coin. So this one's really, really, really risky. I think that's the point we're focusing on. It's not on Coinbase. It's on Bybit, BitGet, Crypto.com. I'm a little curious about this one, so I'm going to look at it. We'll look at the Crypto.com chart. I'm going to look at a bigger. Well, for the moment, it did make a recovery yesterday. Yeah, I mean, it dipped down here and then broke up, 10%. It's dipped again and it just broke above the 20 again. So, 11% to the red zone, about 3 to 4% to the middle area, and this other resistance here at around 6.97%. So again, it's risky, but maybe people are starting to overlook the bad news and buy this coin again. So that's the day trading approach. Let's look at the swing trade. Probably get a bigger picture. Yeah, so this fell off a cliff on Saturday. I can't remember when the news broke. It was over the weekend, but might have been Saturday, and it dropped 20%. But it's got a strong candle on the hour chart now. With potential 30% move if it recovers.
Yeah, it could be a good recovery trade.
Could be.
News, obviously on that one, the news has already affected it.
Mhm.
It depends on the outcome and what if he's forced to do anything. But I think all that'll be a long time in playing out.
Yeah, so what you might want to do is just what I've talked about other times, just wait for this to turn around to the point where a super trend triggers a buy. This was a Buddy coin crawler. I might go ahead and set this alert. see what happens. Go with a handbell for my notification, click create, and I'm good to go. So I will probably look to trade this on Bybit or BitGet. I don't know, maybe throw a little $50 trade at it, see what happens. Thanks for that additional information, Craig. That's lodged in the back of my head somewhere. Any questions on Toncoin or anything else we talked about? iCoinPro, Altcoin Alert. Okay, seems like a pretty good place to wrap it up. I should remind you guys, I will canceling my Thursday Zoom. That's Friday morning for me, and I'll be traveling that day. Hopefully a week from now, I'll be connecting with you guys from Phuket, Thailand. My Southeast Asia tour as a digital nomad. I've been enjoying it so far. If you're watching on the replay, check out the opportunities in the pinned comment. They help fund the channel. And I will see you guys in a week. Bye.